Medieval peasants ate healthier food than you think. The medieval diet wasn't just healthy, it was healthier than most people's diet today. Scientists analyzed food residues in Old English pottery. Medieval peasants ate a well-balanced diet. Bread, meat, fish, dairy, fruits and vegetables, butter and various cheeses were common. Of course, the poor couldn't afford finer delicacies, but they regularly ate oats and barley. This proves they had access to carbohydrates. Bread was very much the stuff of life. Meat stews with leafy vegetables were also common. These provided protein, fiber, and vitamins. Dairy products also provided protein and other nutrients. Milk was mostly consumed by those who couldn't afford meat. Food was strictly seasonal. Availability depended on the region. So, for example, seafood was limited to those living by the sea. Chickens were valued for their eggs. They were rarely slaughtered for meat. Poultry was still popular in the Middle Ages, but most people ate goose or duck rather than chicken. Poultry was usually the property of landowners. Tenants were not allowed to hunt or slaughter it. They would likewise be punished for hunting deer. Pork was a major source of meat in the Middle Ages. As for beverages, most people drank water. Honey was also widely consumed. It was used as a medicine and a base for alcoholic beverages. Medieval foods tended to be salty. Despite this, salt was always present on the tables of the wealthy. The Crusades brought exotic foods and spices to Europe. However, only the wealthy could afford them. Medieval peasants didn't normally have breakfast. The church taught it was sinful and even bad for health. A morning beer before beginning the daily toil was common. It was accompanied with bread. Sometimes cheese or cold meats were eaten. Lunch was often carried in pockets. People would eat it around midday. It could also be purchased from a vendor. Pies were one of the most popular lunch foods. They were both portable and palatable cold. The main meal of the day was served at dinner. Lighter foods were followed by heavier foods. They were washed down with wine, beer, or mead. The evening meal was served on a wooden plate. It could also be served in a bowl made of bread. Peasants basically lived on a diet of carbs. An average person consumed 2 to 3 pounds of bread and grains per day. This included up to a gallon of ale. Wheat, rye, oats and barley were boiled into porridge. Wealthy urban dwellers purchased most of their food. They didn't buy prepared foods from urban vendors. This was considered a lower-class practice. The rich would start their day with fruits and bread. The main meal of the day was typically served at midday. The wealthy preferred wine rather than beer. No one ate raw food in the Middle Ages. Not just meat, but even fruits were always cooked. It was believed that raw fruit and vegetables caused disease. One cookbook warned, "Beware of green salads and raw fruits, for they will make your master sick."